That might just be a play on how men acted at that time. Very, quiet, not showing their emotion, not letting things get ahead of them. Also, I said no spoilers until 50. Spoilers really don't matter at this point. The movie is mostly just these guys driving and slowly coming unglued with this psychopathic murderer. Hello and welcome to Blockbuster Reviews. If you don't know what that is, it is where I play a single game of Marathon in Tetris 99, and I have to review a film when getting 150 lines or when it reaches the top. Spoiler territory is at 50 lines, and here we go. So the movie The Hitch-Hiker came out quite a long time ago. I'm actually gonna view my notes here because I forgot the year already. Terrible with years. 1953. It was the first film directed by a female that's a film noir, and it was actually inducted into the National Film Registry for significance. I watched this film for an ongoing series on the stream that I do, where I watch a public domain movie with the folks live, and I wanted to do a Tetris review, a Blockbuster review, if you will, because it's sticking with me. I'm gonna do that with films that I tend to think too long about, and then I have to get something out, so hopefully the voices in my head and about the movie. And the way that movie works out, The Hitch-Hiker, there is a hitchhiker who is murdering people as he is getting rides. It's based off the real crimes of a guy named Billy something that I forgot already. Billy Cook, I think? Where he was just getting rides from people and screwing with the people after he had taken rides from them, killing some, and don't torture, I mean, psychologically torturing others. The point is, in this film, two men are... I just want to get the names, because I always forget the names. Two men are on a trip together. They got away from their wives, and they've lied about where they're going to their wives, and they're actually in Mexico. And one of the things about this movie that I like, just off the top of the beginning, people in Mexico speak Spanish. They seem to be Hispanic people. A movie like this, you would imagine they would whitewash and they would just make everybody speak English so it would be easy for everyone to understand. But no, there's full scenes between people who are presumably Mexican, who speak Spanish the entire time, and there's no subtitles. I like it a lot. It kind of just says to the audience, if you don't know, then you don't know. You can understand the film with body language and basic story structure, and if you want to complain about it, you can. And I dig that about this movie completely. But these two men, they're on a trip in Mexico, and they pick up a hitchhiker who holds a gun to them and takes them on a trip. He seems to be going to Santa Rosalita, I believe, to get on a boat, because where they are now is Baja California, and they want to get on a boat to get, I believe, towards mainland Mexico. At least that's what I think. I might be terrible with geography. Not a geography professor, not even a film professor, not a film expert, just a dude who likes watching movies and playing Tetris. So, while he has them in the car, he has a very strict set of rules: when they can get out, how they can get out, how they can address other people, what they can and can't do, and if they don't do what the guy wants, he's gonna kill them. He talks about other people that he killed, how he's traveled the country murdering and hitchhiking, and the beginning of the movie has a montage of his murders and whatnot, and the whole film has kind of this looming sense of dread. It kind of plays like a newer horror movie that kind of plays with the slow realization of horror rather than horrific images or horrific situations that are body horror or disfigure. I don't even know what word I'm trying to use right now. My brain just stopped at the look of my screw up here in this Tetris game, which is fine. It's not that big a deal. Why am I focusing on it? I need to focus on the Hitch-Hiker. It's one of those films where I like it a lot. There's just little things that nag at me. One is There are two gentlemen in the film, Collins and Bowen, I believe their names are, and the man they pick up is named Emmett Myers. Collins is doing what I think anybody would do in this situation. They're slowly cracking. Like, they sort of get comfortable with the fact that this dude has a gun on him. He reveals that when he sleeps, one of his eyes stays open, so you never know if he's asleep or awake, which didn't make much sense because it seemed like his eye was paralyzed almost close until he goes to sleep, then it's paralyzed open. Don't get it. I'm not claiming to understand that science or that body math, but that's just what's happening. And this Myers guy, he's not just menacing to them, he's also kind of screwing with them. Given a little bit of his backstory, eventually he tells them his plan, which is hopefully to kind of lose his trail with the cops, and as long as they don't know that they're all together, then he should be fine to move on to Santa Rosalita to enact the rest of his plan. And the only thing about this movie that kind of irks me really is, Bowen, one of the characters, he has like no facial change almost at all in the entire movie. He's very stone-faced. That might just be a play on how men acted at that time. Very, quiet, not showing their emotion, not letting things get ahead of them. Also, I said no spoilers until 50. Spoilers really don't matter at this point. The movie is mostly just these guys driving and slowly coming unglued with this psychopathic murderer who is taking moments to screw with them and really take his time doing it. I think that's like the one thing about the film, which could be, more generational, is that I got a little bored because it seemed like we weren't doing much, but that was just the pace we were going, and it works just fine. Those of us that have a little touch of the ADD will have a problem, but it's not a bad movie. I don't think it really brings it down. What I thought brought it down was the fact that Bowen, in this crazy harrowing situation, is keeping it so cool, while Collins was keeping it cool, but he's slowly losing it. Eventually he's like, I'm gonna fight back, I'm not gonna take this anymore, and Bowen was like, no, we gotta play it safe, we don't want to end up shot over something stupid, especially because he needs us still, and that stuff is really effective, really cool, and makes it a good movie that holds up after, what are we at, 70 years? What, 54? Cannot do quick math and do Tetris. Seems like if you like one, the other should work out, but it's insane how well it holds up. And it captures the attention. It makes you ask, what would you do in that situation? Would you fight back early? And to me, it didn't make much sense because the guy said he's gonna kill them, I think like 3 times, and you don't know if he's being honest, but at some point, after the 20th time you go for beans or you go for gas, and he doesn't do anything but bitch and moan, you're like, maybe I'm gonna attack this guy because fuck him. You know what I mean? Like, let him shoot me. I'm getting tired of his nonsense. I'm getting tired of his sass, frankly. And if he's gonna kill me, let's get it to it. Let's add to his rap sheet. The movie resolves well, where they end up catching him and stuff. And there's one thing that they kind of leave on the floor that they don't bring up, probably because of the time, and I'm out of time. I'll just say it really quick. They mentioned that they lied to their wives about where they were going. At the end of the movie, they never even bring that up. Not even an issue. The movie just ends. There isn't a moment where they meet with their wives and go, hey, what were you doing in Mexico? Yeah, I know it's not fishing in Arizona, but I mean, we're alive. Doesn't seem realistic. Anyway, have a good one. Already talking way too much more about this movie than I should. Peace.